When you have an individual with Leston's history, and when people read, the incidents and things that Leston has been through, you don't have providers lining up to support an individual like that.
That was really how it started, was having Benchmark come in and partner with providers, provide education, support, mentoring, training. They had to really be trailblazers. They had to win people over, and that takes effort, it takes patience, it takes kind of a lack of ego and a respect for turf and a respect for what's been done.
So the important thing to remember about Leston, and certainly with providers, we generally, when we get these referrals, the book that you read it really doesn't describe the person. So if you read Leston's story strictly from the referral, you think, oh my gosh, we've got a guy, he's tearing out walls, he's destructive, he's torn 2 hospital rooms up. What are we going to do with him? How are we going to serve him? Then you go and meet him, and you realize, and everybody should understand that there's a personality behind that, and there's a reason for that behavior.
People that need the most supports, the individuals that have the highest level of need, have the least amount of access to it. Leston sat in jail for months, not because he needed to be there or because of the legal system, but because there was nowhere else for him to go. There was no provider willing to work with him. What can we do to get this guy the level of care that he needs? And once again, you're talking hundreds of phone calls, contacting people in state, out of state, all these places. No one will take this individual.
And so there are times when I'm on a call, our director's on a call, Enhanced Care's on a call, Benchmark's on a call. I think having them on a call like that where we're strategizing and planning is really a breath of fresh air. Because again, the respect that they have earned in the state, folks really listen.
So this is where we really worked on our advocacy and relied heavily on some of the partnerships that we were able to develop. And it was in reaching out to St. Francis that really gave us an option for Leston.
And it's actually been wonderful to see all the things that Leston's been able to do with such a wonderful provider.
We couldn't have had the success we've had with somebody like Leston without Benchmark. There's not a way in the world that we've considered taking them. And in fact, there are several clients that we've taken. We've made sure that if they weren't with Benchmark, that we brought them in. That was the contingent factor, that we'll serve them, but we've got to have Benchmark.
We were able to go out and work with that staff and teach them the best ways to support Leston, not only when in crisis, but how do we support Leston when he's not in crisis to make sure he's got, a meaningful day, he's got things to look forward to, he's participating in his community, working on developing that program that really fits all of Leston's needs.
Every single person that we've interacted with Benchmark has the same passion for the population that we serve, has the same want to support us as an agency, but also the member. They've just kind of dove in there and made a personal connection with our staff and the people that we serve.
Lamonte was I would say he was a role model and a mentor to Leston. He was somebody that was always there. So if Monty said, I'm gonna be there, he would show up. Lamonte gave Leston hope.
Our mental health resources here in this part of the state, at least, are real limited and all clinic-based, and everything about Benchmark was on site in our house, in our people's, our members' homes, and it just made all the difference. Everything they did worked.
So it's become a perfect marriage for us in terms of what we do and the people we serve, that we were able to get their help, bring them in. It's made us a better provider. There's no question about that. I mean, we have just a great working relationship with them.
When you look at all the positive things that have happened, he's engaging in Special Olympics. He's won medals. He's been dating on and off, and this is something Leston's really never done. He was working in the office, shredding papers. He's still here, he's doing good, he's thriving in the community.
But if they were able to offer this at a statewide level and impact thousands of members, we would be so much better off. I could tell the tides were turning once every call I went on. They wanted Benchmark to be added, to the point where some providers wouldn't entertain taking a member unless Benchmark had been added. And so to really go from a little bit of a turf issue to we won't even consider this unless they're involved, I think it really speaks highly of them.
We invite people to reach out to us and say, hey, how can we partner in doing this? What we do in LA County in active consulting looks very similar to Arkansas, but it has its own twist because it meets the needs of that community. This is a versatile and adaptive program that can fit most needs of most states and communities, and we want to partner with anybody who's willing to invest in that to really support these individuals who need it the most.
Leston is independent. He's being included in the community, and he's reaching his full potential, and it's just beautiful to see.